Hello, everybody. How are you? And welcome to Spiritually Raw. And as always, thank you so much for your energy exchange with us today. We hope you woke to the most miracle morning and are also having the most fortunate day today. Our soul sister Danielle Matthews is back here with us. You know why? Because there's just been such a massive response from the last show we did about
the pineal gland gateway and the 5D ascension. The reason we came back, I've been getting flooded with emails. So we figured, you know what, why don't we just do another show, because there were a whole lot of questions and there were a whole lot of people. Thank you, everyone, for that purchase last week. We greatly appreciate it. And we hope that you're going to be getting the packages real soon. Probably you may have even already received them. And we want to open up a line of communication, because there are so many questions and there's so much going on right now, and the energies are everywhere, and people just are trying to figure out, you know, what's the best way to ground yourself? What's the best way to help your ascension? What's the best way to, you know, everybody's talking about 5D. Well, you have to get through 3D and 4D first. And so it's a gradual process, but throughout this process, Jay and I, for years, this is not just something overnight that we're like, you know, let's try this or let's try that. Literally, for the past 10 years, Jay and I have been on a mission. We have tried and done and went and did everything possible between not only spiritually, but also the things that we're putting in our body and how we're training our minds. We're always on the edge of what can we do, not only to better our relationship and better ourselves, but to always be able to connect at a higher level, to connect at a higher source, especially for all of you spiritual entrepreneurs out there. You want to be on the cutting edge. You want to be the absolute best that you can possibly be. You want to be at a peak performance. You need that, especially in today's world. There's so much going on between the chemtrails, the 5G, the pollution that they're injecting in the food, the water, the fluoride. We constantly need to be monitoring not only what we're watching, not only what we're listening to, but what we're eating and what we're taking in and the environment around us. And there are tools in today's world. Technologies are coming out that are super advanced technologies to help us not only to deflect the 5G energy, but also to help us constantly put our body in a state of detox mode, which allows us to have the body cleansed, have the mind cleansed, have our souls continually rejuvenating and digressing our age. Nobody, listen, I have yet to meet someone that ever said to me, I can't wait to turn 70. Right? I haven't seen that yet. And I certainly haven't seen anyone in their 40s that are like, you know, I'm so excited to see the next 20 years how my face is going to appear and get wrinkled. I haven't had that experience yet, right? Most of us are doing everything that we could possibly do to combat the signs of aging mentally and physically, and we're all together collectively raising the vibration of the planet. And there's only one way to raise the vibration of the planet. It starts here. It starts at home. It starts within. You have to raise your own vibration. You have to clean your house first. You have to help yourself first before you can help others. And that's why we're so excited to be able to bring things that are helping our evolution, things that are helping our 5D, our ascension acceleration, because Jay and I are always, it's our whole life. We're on the fast plan. We like the fast track. We've never been like, hey, let's take the slow road to get to where we want to go. No, we don't have time for the slow road. We're on the fast track. And if we could find a way to get us to where we want to be quicker, I'm all for it.
And you two can also just do what she just did, that 4 minutes of channeling, like nonstop, when you take your I'm not kidding you. This is the stuff that happens. Holy smokes, this is exactly what happens. You know what it is? You get into this place, whatever this activates, whatever this turns on, it gets you to a place where you're so streamlined, connected with your universe, whatever that universal stream is for you. Hey, everybody, thanks for hanging out with us. It's really great to see you. Whatever that universe is for you, you just get in a zone like this. You feel good. You feel great. We asked Danielle, our soul sister, to come back on here today.
Danielle yet?
We're going to. That's what I'm going to try to do.
Apologize.
Danielle's like, all right. She's a testimonial. She's just trying it for the first time.
I'm so sorry.
I know. That's great. Yeah, great mannerisms as always. So that maybe doesn't change, right? You know, the manners and stuff like that, but we're all good.
Listen, when you're on fire, you're on fire. When something moves you, you just gotta roll with it.
Danielle, I do want to get everybody to, in all seriousness, we're just diving in and we're just coming in with like that. But I do want people to really realize why you're here and why they're quite frankly going to be seeing more of you. Okay. Because there's not only the energy that we're feeling, but there's a real science behind this. So yeah, we can talk about, oh, you feel good, you're connected, your pineal gland and this, you see spirit, you do this, you talk to whatever your jam is, right? But there's a real science to this. So we asked Danielle to continue to come back. She's been gracious enough to do this for us. So much love to you and welcome back. How are you?
I'm great. I'm loving the comments just from, I don't know, when was I here? Like a week ago? And I'm seeing people sharing results because they got it and they're using it since last time. This just makes me smile.
This makes, they all make me smile. Thank you so much. We love it. Quantum Wisdom Insights. I was excited to turn 70 because I look 50. God love you. And since I started on ASEA, I feel 20. It's
just what it's like, everybody.
What more can we say to that? That's exactly what it does, because it's rejuvenating your youth. It's rejuvenating your cells back to that young, springy.
And April, when you said you got inundated with like messages after the last show asking you about it, like, just wait, because if people are just now getting their products, you're about to get inundated with results. Like, I wake up daily to my phone with messages sharing just, oh my God, Danielle, I did this. I saw this happen. And people are so enthusiastic. It's like, I tell people, like, it's like you get paid goosebumps with what you get to watch this stuff do.
That is so true, because when you feel great, you want to stand and scream from the top of the mountain, and you want everyone else to feel as great as you. And then when they start to feel great and they let you know because it's something that you shared with them, I mean, if that's not a blessing, what more could you possibly ask for?
So I need the ASEA. So is everybody watching this right now. Every household should have this. If you're not on it right now, and I'm not even being funny with this, if you're not on it right now, you probably will be or be aware of it in the coming days, times, months, but in a pretty short period of time. It should be a staple in everybody's household. Now, we have a link scrolling down here right there so you can connect on. We'll have it in the description below. I want to go and also share with you, because a lot of you, when you went to the website last week, we're trying to figure out, like, and thanks for that. Yeah, for sure. And, you were just trying to figure out, well, what do I get this? What does this mean to me? No worries. We got that part covered. So there's a contact phone number, right? And
can we put that up there?
Yeah, I think so. But can you put that up real quick? I'm
going
to put a contact phone number. So when you go to the site and you take a look at it and you feel confused, no worries. We'll be here to the rescue. And text that phone number. We'll set up a time with you to walk you through it, okay? Because you'll need to know exactly what to buy to make sure you're doing the right thing for you and your family. And, we can help you with that since we've had that experience, right? So April's going to be putting that number on there. Danielle, while April's doing that, can you tell us a bit of your backstory for those of them watching a little bit? For you, you're just an avid supporter of what this company's been doing. This is a mission for you. You've actually helped thousands of people doing this. What happened in your life that's gotten you here, and why we're actually having this conversation today?
Yeah, absolutely. I'd be happy to share. It's crazy how the world unfolds. Everything started because of a car accident. I got hit by a drunk driver, and I lost my health in my mid-20s. And the modern world of science, the Western world, they didn't have answers for me with my type of injury. My doctors, my neurologist kind of told me, like, it's just your new normal. You need to adjust your life around this. There's nothing more we can do for you with this type of injury after about a year. And lo and behold, when you keep asking, right, the universe provides. And the answer to my being able to get what I needed to get my body back into its best state came through an acupuncturist. And she had started using this ASEA in her practice. And she was saying, interestingly, Jay, that it was doing something different for every one of her clients. And she was the one who said, I think it could pass the blood-brain barrier and it could help Danielle. And she was telling my mom about this. My mom just intuitively got it. It was kind of like with you. She was like, yeah, this just makes sense. Like, I want to try it. Let's see what it can do. Let's see what it can bring Danielle. I unfortunately was like crazy resistant. I thought it sounded like glorified salt water. It sounded like the biggest scam I'd ever heard of in my life. And I ignored it. But thank goodness, I actually, and I don't know if any of you guys have done this, but I Googled it and like, I saw some stuff on there that was fabulous. But then I also saw some people saying that it was a scam and it was salt water. And like, I didn't understand. And so I believed the negativity, unfortunately, and didn't take it for 6 months. But my parents did, and they had results with, my mom's hands. They were so swollen. She couldn't even make a fist. 6 weeks of drinking this, full range of motion back in her hands.
Maybe they're taking it too, not only for their benefit, but maybe they were thinking, you know what, maybe she's going to crack. Maybe if we take it longer.
Yeah. Because I was living back at home at the time. And my mom's like, you sure you don't want to try it? You sure you don't want to try it? And I'm like, no, like I was laughing at her. But that's actually that is what made me crack, because my dad started using it and he had results. And I was like, oh, like maybe there's something here. And then they started showing me some of the research and some of the science behind it. And I went, okay, I'm in. I started using this April, and literally 3 months into using it, I didn't have these great results. Like some people I'm seeing in the chat, week 1, they're feeling it. I didn't. It took 3 months. And all of a sudden, my head stopped pounding. Like I had a constant pressure in my head since the day of my accident. We're talking 2 years. And that stopped. I started to be able to concentrate again. It was like the world got crisp. I could get the words out I wanted. I could follow, conversations, and I had energy. I wasn't having to sleep. All of a sudden it was just like, everything came back online. I still had other sensitivities and things that took more time to go away, but I will never forget sitting in my cognitive therapist's office, because she'd been seeing me weekly, and she said to me, Danielle, 30 years of working with people with this type of injury, I've never seen such a rapid recovery so far out from that initial trauma. She said, with your injury, it doesn't happen. And what the hell is that stuff you started drinking? And I'll never forget, because my answer was salt water. I said, I have no idea what this stuff is. But Jay, you're exactly right. This is just, it took on a life of its own. It became a purpose for me, because I dove into it with her to figure out, well, what is this stuff, and why did it do what it did in my body? And can it help other people? And that's
where also her biology degree started to kick in.
100%. Like I literally went to PubMed, like Google, whatever. It's like the bathroom wall of the internet. Anybody can put anything up there, but you go to PubMed, you go to Google Scholar, you're getting research articles. So I started researching this topic of redox signaling, which is the technology that ASEA has. ASEA didn't invent redox signaling. It's a massive field of science. It's just they're the only ones that figured out how we can get it stable so you can actually get it back into your body, which is critical.
Before you go any further, because you said a whole lot of stuff that we need to break down.
Yeah.
About thank you for sharing your story, but you covered a lot in that short little thing. You basically said this product upgraded my DNA. Mm-hmm. It rejuvenated my cells and the redox. So let's kind of break that apart, if you don't mind. How did it start to rejuvenate your cells?
Yeah. So what turns out, what I learned that redox molecules do is they're like the communication system. So our cells are always talking, and my body just had a lot of damage, and it happened to be in the brain. But I bet you everybody on here, if you wrote down what was going on in your body, we'd all write something different, because all of our bodies have breakdown in different areas, or we've been exposed to certain things that have caused issues. For me, it was my brain. And so when I took the redox, all it did, April, was it stimulated the communication for my body to find the damaged cells. And it does the same thing in everybody, but each body is different, right? There's damage in different spots. So each person, like the acupuncturist, she was seeing different things, because it was just going in and helping the body find the damage and repair it. And so I then felt on the system level, because the repair was happening, I then felt on the system level, wow, all these symptoms that I used to be having, they're gone, they're cleared up, because we went down to the root and we repaired it, and which is, it's where you want to go. A lot of times medications are a patch. Mm-hmm. I took migraine medication at prescription level, because it was so bad in my head, but it was just a patch. It didn't get rid of my problem. It was just covering up the symptom. This came in and it repaired the issue that was causing the symptom. And like, that's what we want to get at. That's true health, when we can get back to that original blueprint, of who we should be.
It's interesting. You said something beginning as we were talking. You said something beginning as we were talking there that about like how it took you a while to try it, right? And I want to really stress this to people because I can speak to you from my perspective here. You want to get rid of there's an ego that plays in here. And let me explain this to you for a second. When you go to take a look at something like this, and this will help you get off your egos. And I'm reaching out to all you like us, right? People like us and like what we do, and like healers and people that get a lot of free stuff, right? Because we're in the business of it. So people send free stuff to us. And then there's a lot of healers out there that already know they're already there, right there. And so you go in with these things of like, I got this, no worries. This is not going to do anything. And I did that. So what happened was I went there because I just wanted to go and check this out, to learn about this, because for me, the biggest reason for me is because I wanted to see the speaker, because we're in communication. So I wanted to see how the speaker talked to a room. And you know what? I'm in the profession of this. So I wanted to learn, hey, how can I be better at my trade, right? So that's why I went in there. I walked out with 4 blue bottles. And then that's what happened there. But I will tell you this, I tried it. And I tried it. And I went in with it. I'm like, this is feeling pretty good. But I will tell you, it took me about 3 months. It took us about 3 months, probably more me than you. But it took me about 3 months before like, hey, you know what? We need to roll this out. And a lot of it was really just, again,
to make sure we knew.
To make sure but also you get in the way. So what I'm saying to you is you don't need to wait 3 months to share and feel that experience with people. There's people right out here that are just courageously after a week or so saying, hey, look, this is what's happening. I've been on it for a short period of time and they're having that experience. You're only going to help your fellow soul sister and brother when you start saying, look, I tried something. What can you take other than an aspirin or whatever they have in the pharmacy? But what can you take that and I don't know of anything like that within possibly days, within a week, that you can have a specific, measurable, sustainable difference on it that you're like, holy crap, what do I got? And it's really something like that for people out there that are, we are titling these shows Ascension. We're talking about, the elixir of the gods here, right? Okay.
I really believe it is. I am not even exaggerating.
I'm not even being funny, Danielle, when I say I really believe that, because people have been saying like our galactic brothers and sisters are looking over at us, and they seem to be blue, a lot of them, right?
That's true.
If you take a look at the Pleiadians, they seem to be blue.
The color is very resemblant.
I'm just going to go on a limb, and I'm going to thank the Pleiadians for this, of course, for infusing the information with the Sia scientist. Rob, you like that one? The Pleiadian, Rob, like. But really, people have been saying that's all we've been hearing for the last couple of years. Our galactic sisters and brothers are looking out for us, and they're going to heal us. Well, guess what? I believe they've showed up. They've dropped it in our lab. They've actually given us the color of their skin or their thing right here, and they're telling us what to do. We do it, and you know what? You feel like you're superhuman.
Well, I couldn't agree anymore. I absolutely, no joke, feel that this is the elixir of the gods, to give you that superhuman effect, to give you that clarity, to give you the connection to source that you may have been struggling with before because your pineal gland was calcified or your body has toxins in it. And when your body is toxic, no matter where the toxins are coming from, it is going to disconnect you from that higher source. It's harder to connect. When you eat clean and you are aware of what you're putting in your body and you're doing everything that you could possibly do to help your body get to that ascension level, or forget about getting to the ascension level for a second. How about getting your body out of bed in the morning, right? Yeah. Let's just start there. If you're feeling like, you're lying in bed and you're like, oh God, my body's aching, my neck hurts, this is hurting. It could be from working out, right? Maybe you have lactic acid, or it could be that you have an injury or you had an accident from before. Who knows what? Sitting in front of the computer all day, your back starts to ache and your neck is killing you, right? So the first thing is getting your ass out of bed, right? So if you're having trouble, you're waking up and your feet hitting the bed, you're feeling hitting the floor and you're feeling groggy, that could be a sign that you've got toxic buildup inside your body. Same with working out. If you feel like you're working out, but your muscles are sore constantly, there's a probability that you probably have lactic acid building up.
Yeah. And you gotta, at the end of the day, I'm just drawn, Danielle, to really reach out to the people that are looking for the healers, the spiritual guides and everything like that. In today's world, being 2022, if you're a healer or a spiritual guide, you owe it to your clients to be at the top of your game. You really do, because they're coming to you and there's no real physical, tangible thing other than the feeling that they get from you. Rob, am I right on that?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. And that's Reverend Rob Lee, everybody. He's Tarot with an attitude. He's sitting right next to me in spirit. And see, he's not even here, but you heard him. This is the kind of shit this does. So, right. So, you really do. And I mean this with all the love in the world, because I know there's a lot of gifted people out there. But you know what? Just like anything else, just like I mentioned before, as a speaker, as a communicator, I went to this seminar to learn what another speaker does so I could get better. You're in the trade of getting better. You got to find a way to always maintain that edge, that way of looking at how do I get better, not only for yourself, but for your clients. So you owe it to yourself. And I shit you not, it is here. It really will help you. Again, you'll get there. So just really from your not only from your own stuff, think about it from how this can open up. Think about that everything we've talked about is really, really right here, right now. And look at the chats, look at the comments, go to these websites, look at the testimonials, one after another. Everybody's saying exactly what they've been saying that could happen to us. It's already been happening. We're now getting the privilege of becoming aware of it.
And not only that, we're not saying if you like something and you're using it to stop using what you are liking. What we are saying is, you know what? There's a high probability when you incorporate this into your lifestyle, it's going to accelerate whatever you've been already doing even more. Again, because it's detoxifying, it's rejuvenating. So it's not like, well, all or nothing, but it certainly could be an all or nothing.
And that's true, right, Danielle? Isn't it like more like the way I understood it is like, so it's like, it's not a replacement necessarily of anything. It amplifies what you're already doing. So if you're taking good stuff that you like, good. I think what's going to happen is it's just going to make it better, is how I experienced it. That's
exactly right. I think about it like these redox molecules are kind of like the construction workers coming into the body, right? They're coming in and they're taking the raw materials, the nutrition, the supplementation you're doing, you're eating clean, all that stuff is important. It's the building blocks you need to build a good house, but the house can't be built without the workers. And redox is the workers, and you get more of that in there. Your house gets rebuilt, and then it stays in its best state, right? And you can be, when you're in your best state, so much more can happen. I've spent the last week with a 1-year-old and 3-year-old. They have so much energy. I mean, they're still so close to source, and it just flows through them. And I'm looking at them, and their grandparents are here, my parents, and I'm watching them get exhausted by it. And I'm going, it shouldn't be. All of us have the same amount of source flowing to and through us. It's just that our physical beings, through the years, toxins build up, things get in disrepair. And so that source, it can't flow through and support in the same way like it does in a child. And to me, when you bring the ASEA in, it's like you're flooding the system with that again. So all of a sudden it's getting that reboot. It's getting to that space where we start to feel like we're young again, and we can keep up, with a 3-year-old.
That is so cool. That is so cool when you think about that. You can just really just get that right back in that day.
You talked about flooding, right? And it does taste like the ocean or a pool. So let's talk about the saline. How is this different from the stuff I could go buy at the pharmacy and put droppers in my eyes with?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you this, April, we haven't even talked about it, but the topical, I just tell people, look, try and rub salt water on something that hurts you. And there's discomfort, right? Nothing's going to happen. You rub the gel, which is made from saline, but it's these active redox molecules. You rub that somewhere we've got discomfort, guys, the proof's in the pudding. That stuff, you're going to feel it working very, very quickly. And the reason, April, our bodies are fascinating. Our bodies are basically saline. You think about our cells are sacs of saline. We cry salty, we sweat salty. And so the body uses saline to create different molecules. It uses the sodium and chloride of salt. It uses the hydrogen and oxygen of water. And your body breaks those things apart so they're free floating, and it recombines to make different molecules that are known as reductants and oxidants. That's where the term redox comes from. And it's fascinating to then look at the role that these redox molecules have in the body. Like I talked about, detecting the damage. They're also like the activators. So they go in our cells. You spoke about our DNA. They're literally going down to that level, switching back on our genes that have been turned off. So it's
you know,
amazing.
It is amazing. You saw me put it on my hands, right? It is not sticky. It is not greasy. It is not oily. It is just absorbs into your skin. And we're going to talk about, Danielle, there's actually 2 ways to use it. And this is the product that I started out using.
My favorite part.
Right. Jay puts it on, and I put it on my scalp too.
Check this out, though, for real. I mean, I just got to show you this because I did this I asked this question accidentally. I just got it in my hand. You're all watching this, right? I feel like there's a noticeable, my barber says there's a noticeable difference in my hair within 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. Seriously. Like it's really there. I just rubbed it in and it's not sticky. It's not gooey. It's not anything like that. It's gone. I just did it. It's gone now. Right. And so now, boom, it's starting to poof out. I have to share that.
Starting to poof out.
I think so. Right.
No,
it is,
awesome.
Isn't it?
Yes. Well, I will
Promise?
also, I swear.
Really? You suck.
I also noticed when I started using the Asea, I can't say did it come from the liquid or I would say more it came from the liquid at first, because I was having an issue for a while of literally my hair, like I would comb my hair in the shower and be like, oh my God, Jay, look. It was literally coming out in clumps in the comb. And I was honestly having panic attacks. And I thought, well, Jesus, this is my hormones kicking in. And it was happening for a long time. And I was really, really, really becoming distraught over it. Because, like, you fix your face, right? You can put all the moisturizer on you want, and you could always cover things up with makeup. But when you feel like your hair is thinning out and you literally look in the comb in the shower and you're like, oh, my gosh, this is, like, really awful. It's disturbing. And it can put you literally into a spiral of depression. So I noticed not only have I noticed it stopped, not only has it made a big difference, my hair's literally, I come down, when you comb your hair, you get like a couple hairs, a normal amount in a comb when you're in the shower. There are no more clumps of hair coming out that are going down the drain, clogging the drain.
Yeah. Well, it's going to start growing faster. So my hair grows so fast now, and your nails, you guys will start noticing your nails are going to grow faster. They're going to be thicker. Like, it is incredible.
This I just a couple of comments, if I can just address them, everybody. Okay, so real quick, everybody, comments here. You go to the website. I really recommend there's a phone number on there so we can help you through the process because we've been doing it. Text the number. We'll walk you through it. Just take a minute. Make sure you know how to order. Making sure you're getting the best for your orders there. Everything like that. Someone's asking about what they use. You saw this is what I was talking about when I rubbed up my hair. Someone just asked that. Dr. Ace, God bless you that you got in this hair. I want to say something real quick. Is that when you get it, this bottle, right? So it says here,
one of these.
It says how you say 2. It says okay. So it says take 2 ounces a day. So what we did, right, is we went in with 2 4 ounces a day. So we took 4 ounces and then 4 ounces. And we did that for the first probably maybe 2-3 weeks, maybe a little bit longer on there. Let me tell you why we did that. And let me tell you why I would suggest you do that is because number one, we went in with like, hey, you know what? I know you're supposed to try things for 3 months, and that's a real thing that everybody should give something at least 3 months. It's right to do it that way. Otherwise, you're not giving it a fair shot. If you try something for a month, you're not giving it a fair shot for you or whatever that energy exchange is. But I did want to be able to notice something before the second month even happened, and I knew that was going to be my sure shot fire way of doing it. And I sure shot no. Within the first 3 or 4 days, I started noticing that difference. Within a week, I noticed my gut getting leaner. Okay, I noticed
not
that like
so tender,
not so tender, just totally
ripped.
ripped.
You have like sensitive belly issues. I noticed because I have sensitive belly issues. Everything affects my belly. I don't have that. You
don't have that. And then here's the other thing too is like we run, so we physically work out and then we run. Right? There's none of that discomfort that when you run, like you run and we're running on concrete, right? Mm-hmm. And usually you're like, oh man, that's like whatever. And so there's none of that. I can tell you even right now, and I said this before, I'm speaking right now, is I could scan my body up and down right now looking for discomfort and I just can't find it. It's just not there.
There's no dis-ease.
There's nothing. I just can't find it. It's a really, really good thing to have. So what is the what do you call it? The coincidence? I don't think it's a coincidence. It's this blue bottle. I really do. It's the only thing I got there. So, just when you go there again, just take a look at when you order, because I'm sure people are going to be ordering. When you do order, a couple of suggestions. Order enough to get you through that. Know that you double up in that first month. Do the right thing for yourself. It's good. It'll serve you so well. You'll jack it into your system quick. You'll get the experience quick, and then you can give it a real fair assessment, which 9 out of 10 people, I'm sure, are giving it the assessment of, hey, this is a keeper, and I don't want to lose this out of your life. So definitely do it that way. And also to order as preferred right there, because then you get, what am I trying to say, Danielle?
You get the wholesale price.
You get the wholesale price, right? And then they also get discounts. Yeah, it's a better way to do it. So go ahead and order preferred. Who wants to pay retail? I don't even know why they have retail.
I know. It's silly.
Yeah, don't be a retail loser. Just order preferred.
The other thing to answer Dr. Ace. Okay, so the liquid Jay explained we drink, but I saw Jay putting this on his scalp. At first, I thought he was a little like whatever, he'll try anything.
She told me to.
I know, and then he's like, Danielle told me. I'm like, you sure? And she's like, yes, she told me. So I'm like, all right. If she said it, I'll try it too. So to answer your question, yes, that's exactly what I do. After I get out of the shower, I put some in the palm of my hand. I put it all over my face and my neck. I rub it through my hands because I've also noticed a tremendous change in my hands. I'll talk about that in a second. And then I also put some more, like, I use it as gel, and it actually works really good like a gel. But I also put like a gel, or you could use mousse or spray, whatever you want on top of it. But I put it right on my scalp here and right through there, and then I massage it in. And I mean, listen, when you have a great hair day, it doesn't matter. It could be like everything around you can be collapsing, but you're happy. You feel great. Now, when you don't have a great hair day, it could be like 80 degrees, no humidity, and everything's perfect, and you feel like, I'm sad. I'm not feeling good today. Everything, let's face it, if you're a lady, if you're a woman, everything revolves around your hair day. So you want to make sure, you want to do everything that you could possibly do to make sure that you have the best hair day that you could possibly have, because that's what's going to make you feel great that day. You could put on a ton of makeup, but if you don't have a good hair day, I don't cut it. I'm sorry.
What about you when you put up your makeup, Rob?
Yeah, right.
Thursdays,
Well, that's also like April. That topical has so much that you can use it with. I mean, there's like 50 ways to use that stuff, probably more. But it was originally designed for skin health. So literally helping. I mean, I know you guys are in Florida, as am I. There's so much sun damage that happens. This is something that can help repair that faster. And any wrinkles, right? Cellulite. I know you haven't gotten to play with that yet, but it does the same. Oh, here's Rob.
Hey, Reverend Rob Lee.
What's happening?
Everybody.
You know what I started doing with it 2 days ago? The ASEA.
What's that?
Number one, in my eyes. I'm
Yes.
wearing progressive lenses,
Yes.
3 drops in each eye, each morning and each night. I'm reading better in lower light situations and smaller font. Okay. So I'm like, well, okay. I've always had allergy and sinus problems. Take the same dropper. I drop it in my nose, hold it in my nose, sniff it back after 30 seconds on each nostril.
Mm-hmm.
I've not had the issue in 2 days.
That's
Can you
awesome.
real quick while we grabbed you here, because you Rob, everybody, a Tarot with an Attitude. Check out his channel, check out his YouTube. This guy's so gifted, right? But would you mind sharing with us when you took it, what it did for your readings after you did that?
Oh my God. I put it on my head because as y'all can see, hair, it never was an issue. I just like the look. But at the same point,
Yeah, I've been saying that too, buddy.
yeah. But at the same point, when I shave my head, I put it on. I'm like, well, let's see what happens, because I'd like to. I have solid white hair, and the ladies say how pretty they like my hair. So it's more about the ladies than it is the guys. So especially my wife, but I don't like that shaggy look. So it's like, okay, go here. But now when I'm shaving my head, I have bristle.
Wow.
Right, y'all knew me when I had hair,
Mhm.
and this is where I was all. And now I've got to pay more closer attention right where my bald spot used to be. It's kind of crazy. But so I started putting it on my head. I put it on my head, back of my neck, down here, that vagus nerve or whatnot, every morning, every night. Let me tell you something. And they will tell you how much coffee I used to drink. I don't need coffee.
Wow.
It wakes me up, and doing my readings,
Mm-hmm.
you're just sharp. You're there. And it's not that coffee buzz high,
It's not.
but it lets you focus
Yeah.
to a point, and like it did me anyways. And
Mhm.
I can't think of being without it. So
And just so you know how
Thank you,
powerful
Rob.
this stuff
You're
is that he is not even physically here with us right now. We just manifested it. This is the kind of stuff that only the Pleiadians tell you that you can do. You can manifest this like that. So, right?
Absolutely.
Thanks, brother.
You know, one other thing I'll tell people. When Jay called me, because we've known each other, I was like, I'm not doing this again. Because we've done insurance, we've done mortgages, you know, and I was like, no, I'm not going to see Danielle. He's like, she's good looking. I said, I don't care. I'm not doing this. He comes back and he's like barraging me. I don't care what you do. Try this product, because he knows I have leg issues. The last time I was in court as a police officer, they brought my medical records in on a hand truck. Okay. Again, treating my body like an amusement park. Okay. I tried it. Oh my God, my hands immediately just from putting it on, like, holy crap. Because at night, I was literally getting to where I would sleep under a blanket, keep my hands, because they hurt from the AC. Nah, I wouldn't be without it.
You know, I do want to talk about something that Rob just mentioned. Well, after I okay, you know what, I'm going to start putting it in my hair. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm going to start putting it on my hands, because what's the first?
You do use it on your hands.
Yeah, I do. I absolutely every day. The first place, and again, Danielle's going to talk about this, and there's two things. It's not only just for topical for wrinkles and you know, helping your skin look more supple, more radiant, but there's a whole other pain relieving component. She's going to talk about that in a second. But I did not use it for the pain relieving component. I wanted it for the anti-wrinkle component, right? So then when I started using it on my skin, and I noticed an immediate, now, when you say immediate, I mean literally immediate. When you put it on your skin's going to immediately feel like a taut, like you're going to see your face.
The lift?
Yeah, you're going to see an instant. So like I said on the last show, if you don't like instant gratification, do not put this on your face, because that's what will happen. You will see an immediate lift and tightening of your skin. I was sold right there. And I thought, you know, after I started putting it on my hair, I'm like, why don't I put it on my hands? So that's what I've been doing. And, you know, not for anything, I don't want to toot my own horn, but I'm going to be 55 in July. You know, hands and neck are the first place that show your age. And this is, to me, like miraculous.
It's wild, everybody. It's cool. Okay, so Kathy, I just logged in. If this comes from God, LOL. That was our reaction. I need desperate help for that. So text or go to the link. But again, I recommend that you just do reach out. We'll walk you through it.
And Jay's going to be 51 in May.
In May, I'm going to be 51. Yeah. And so, you know, I tell you, what's the product to look it up? Where's the product to look it up? So again, the product's going to be at the link. So go to the link right there, so you can start. Go to the site, everybody. spirituallyraw.mysealive.com. It's there scrolling. Start to familiarize yourself. Get in the energy of it. Get in the groove. Start to hug it. Start to virtually, you know, give it kisses. You know, really just embrace it. Start really just making it one with you. Yeah, like really energetically, right?
No, you know what? You just hit on something that you were joking, but you're right about.
I'm
that,
not
Jay.
joking about nothing. I'm
no,
serious
about this
things.
though, about being one with it.
You got to be one with it.
And that there's so much to be said about that, because if you go into something, and it doesn't matter what it is, if you go into something, whether it's your business or a supplement or anything, a relationship, if you go into it with a great attitude, you're going to get great results.
Always.
If you go in with it with a negative attitude, or like, oh, you know, why am I doing this again? Or why me attitude, you're going to have that type of an experience. So if you are open to receiving the unlimited possibilities that the universe has created, or that we are constantly created, if you're open to the unlimited possibilities that anything and everything is possible, then you are going to have miraculous results.
I can't, I just, wow. It's like, it's so mind blowing. You know, and I just keep saying this, and I know this sounds like we're over and over, but it is, because we've just been talking about this for years. We've had shows on this stuff for how many years now, about all this cool stuff that's going to happen when this happens. You know, this planet aligns, that solar flash aligns. You know what I mean? All the you know what I mean? Something's in retrograde. You know, all that stuff happening, right?
Yeah.
So, and the fact that we actually have something right now, and again, you know, just like April's saying, I mean, look, you know, if you don't want to
Feel great.
Honestly, and there's a
You
real
don't want
thing.
to feel your best.
And I'm not
Don't
even
buy
being funny
this.
there, because there is a real thing where people. Now, I want to address this real quick, but I think there is a real misery loves company like conference. You know what I mean? I think people enjoy that.
I've seen this. I mean, I've been sharing this for years, probably 8 years now. And I have met so many people with various challenges in their body. And some of them have gotten so identified with it, they don't know who they are without it. And I can speak to myself.
Yes.
When I was getting better from, my injury, it scared me because I was like, well, who am I without this? Because for 2 years, that was my world, you know? And everything else had gone away. That was it. And not that I wanted to identify with it, but I think that happens. Those challenges were so used to it, so accustomed to it. Well, who am I without that? Or even to hope that it could go away. That was one of my issues. Is I didn't believe that it would ever vanish, because for 2 years it hadn't. And so I had started to just accept, like, this is how life is. I need to work around this and create happiness within these limitations. No, like, this is entering your world because it's an option, because it's an answer. Like, go open the door, walk through it, explore the room. You don't need to stay in there if you don't like it, but come in, and that gel that April's been talking about, it's like, I wish that had existed back then, because I would have seen within minutes that this stuff was real and that it worked. You just get it, you rub it on an area of discomfort, 3 applications in 5 minutes, watch what happens. Go out there, find 10 people with issues, see what happens to 9 of them. I mean, the stuff's amazing. It speaks for itself. And then to think, if I put this in my body as a liquid and it goes to the places that I don't even know what the issues are. I don't know why I'm waking up feeling, foggy headed or whatever. You don't need to know. It's non-specific. It goes in and it just, boom, it helps the body rewire, get back into its original programming.
You hit on something that is so powerful, what you said about how when people have issues, it becomes a part of who they are. And I want to share something before we get to the trigger question. In 2017, April of 2017, my dad passed away. Very tragically, very, very quick. My mom, they were married for 67 years, tragically died 72 days later, out of the blue. It shook my entire world. I did not think I was ever going to recover. It was devastating beyond my wildest imagination. I would wake up every day, all day long. I was just uncontrollably crying and crying and crying. And coming along with that, I would have people call me every day, a lot throughout the day, ask how I was feeling, so they were constantly reinforcing, and I'd be crying, and I was reinforcing my crying, and even though they were helping me, and at the time I felt like I needed that.
They were helping you.
Yeah, I felt like I needed that, but it was 3 months into it now, past June, and I was going for a run. It was like the first day I was able to run in 3 months, and I said, I was asking for guidance, and I said, and I'm crying, I'm running, and I'm crying, and I'm running, and I'm crying. And I said, when am I ever going to stop crying? Am I ever going to smile ever again? And I clearly heard the message say, when you want to smile again, when you want to stop crying. And it stopped me in my tracks. I literally stopped running, and I'm like, what? What do you mean by that? And they said, you're causing it. You're doing it to yourself.
100%.
And I realized at that moment that I could have, even though, you go through mourning, obviously, but I was allowing it to go on more and more because I was getting used to the constant comfort, people calling me, making sure I was okay. And I was literally, and I caught myself, I realized I was liking it. There was a part of me that was liking that.
It's no different than in the business world, and we talk about it, and those business people out there, there's a real thing called fear of success, right? There's a real thing called fear of success. I think this also translates, Danielle, what do you think about this? I think that translates with people's health. There's like a fear of, oh my God, if I do take this, I actually can feel better. I actually will get better.
Who am I going to be, and what am I going to do, and am I even going to know, and all this. I mean, it just goes up here.
Yeah,
it does.
Yeah, you got to get that. You got to get that shit out of your head, everybody. For real. I mean, we're in 2022. I mean, I'm not even being funny here. You got to get that shit out of your head fast. I mean, listen, if you want to, who gives up? Right? I mean, it's like, if you can't walk, you don't just stop walking. Or if you have a kid, you don't. If they keep falling on their butt or their ass, whatever, you don't just give up on them and say, they're never going to walk. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You got to keep getting up there. You're going to get there, but you got to try. And you know what? If something can help you get through the other side of that and give you that edge that you need, we're just sharing with you. Look, we're feeling the edge. That's why we're out here talking to you right now. In all seriousness, this is the seriousness part of it.
And well, I also just want to encourage everybody to reach out to you, to call you, to text you, because there's so many testimonials out there that we can point you to and get you exposed to. And it's just like, it is incredible to witness the breadth of things that this can touch. And the reason I would say to reach out is because it's unique to each of you. So yeah, you can go out there, you can look online, you can see generic information. How's it work? How's it made? Whatever. But the question is, well, what's it going to do for me? You know? And again, because it varies, it's like, well, go find somebody that also has your issue. Go find somebody that's dealing with sugar issues. Go find somebody that's dealing with memory issues. Go find somebody that's dealing with whatever, insert yours. And you can go hear their experience. And it just makes it very real. And, you know, it's conversations with you, Jay, to figure out, well, how much do I need? And what should the expectation be here? And, you know, it's just, there's so much value in this. Like, what is it worth to you to wake up and feel good?
And you know what?
You hit the nail on the head.
And you know what, Danielle? That's for real. And look, you know, everybody, you know, we've been doing this show for a long time. I wanted to put my stuff out there because I know it. It's like, you know, you get to a point in your life where you feel like such an obligation to help your sisters and brothers, you know, because if we don't do this together, and we don't feel good together, this collective consciousness vibration that we all talk about was all for nothing.
Exactly.
It was all for nothing. It was just words. It was meaningless words. But if we can somehow figure out that wave and get into a collective consciousness, high vibe state together, we're going to get exactly what we want. We're going to manifest what we want. These mind, body, spirit, prosperity, whatever your jam is, we're going to get it. So I'm in it to win it. And I hope you are too. And if you are too, there's my number for real. Let's work through a talk for real, right?
Well, yeah, somebody had put up, Danielle, a question about the Trigner.
What's a Trigner?
That's what I'm wondering. Do you know what the
well,
difference is?
here's what I can say, because I'm sure that people are wondering, I mean, beyond that, just other specific issues. And here's what I know. This goes in and it identifies where you have damage. It goes in and finds where your cells are not communicating properly, functioning properly, and it helps them either repair or it kills them off, the bad ones, and it gets a healthy young cell replicating so that you get healthy young cells functioning. And so I get asked all the time over the years, you know, XYZ condition or issue. And I always just say, it's just like, it's the amount you're going to take in time, right? Because the body needs time to repair. It's not instantaneous. It needs time to repair. And I think about it like the house, you know, it's like, all right, well, how many construction workers are currently coming and how much damage is there? And guys, what's interesting, and we didn't talk about this, is that as you age, you make less of these redox molecules. So yeah, your body makes it. So a lot of people say to me, well, why do I need it? Well, because after puberty, your body started making about 1% less every year of life. So that's, you know, 10% a decade. That gets yeah. And so when you are able to replenish it, all of a sudden it's like, you know, putting a booster on your router. All of a sudden the Wi-Fi is strong, the cell service is strong. You've got 20 construction workers coming to the job site today. That job's going to get done quicker. And so it just depends. And that's why Jay said, give it 90 days. It's the truth. Like if I had given this, you know, 30 days, 60 days even, we wouldn't be sitting here because stuff doesn't work. But with the liquid, it can take time for that repair to be felt. And with the gel, it just happens to go faster. So I tell everybody, get both. Be patient with your liquid and like watch the magic start happening with that gel and just visualize. There was someone, Jay, I forget, we were talking, and they said that they put their intention on the water, like literally on the
water. That's yes. That's
wonderful. In my 8 years, no one's ever told me they've done that. And I went, man, genius, right? Because it will absorb that. It'll take on that intention and you can tell it what you want it to do in your body. It's genius.
What's in the product, Kathy? What's in the product? Can you read that?
No. Well,
yeah, read that. What's in the
I think
product?
Danielle's probably better at that. It's one ingredient. It's water and sodium chloride.
2 ingredients. That's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And just like your body. So what's fascinating is your body in nanoseconds, it takes saline, right? Because our cells are sacs of saline, rips apart the sodium chloride, rips apart the hydrogen and oxygen of water, recombines, right? Hydrogen peroxide is H2O2. Very similar to water, H2O, one more oxygen, you get a different molecule. Well, this company figured out how to do it, and it's a 3.5-day process is what it takes us. The body's way smarter, but you know, I've been out to the production facility. It's fascinating to watch, and it's just through electrolysis, right? It's through adding energy to it. that they're able to rip it apart and get it in this space where it's creating these redox molecules, these reductants and oxidants. And that's what's in the product, right? It's like when you bake a cake, what goes into it? Well, you look at the ingredients and you're seeing eggs and sugar and flour. And what comes out? Well, it's angel food cake, right? But in the ingredients, it doesn't say angel food cake. That's what came out after the energy went into it and it all mixed together.
Right.
It's the same thing here. Saline is what goes in. What comes out are these redox signaling molecules. And it's third-party tested. So it's
this is just really so awesome to watch. You know, Lily just got your CIA starting today.
Yay.
Welcome to the rest of your life. I'm not kidding you. Welcome to the rest of your life. You know what I mean?
To the best of your life.
It's like the best version of yourself is what it is. You know what I mean? It's like you get the best version of yourself. I just took my first doses this morning. The science. What are you saying here?
Oh, so Danielle, the other reason why I'm so passionate about this product is because it is backed by science. It's not like, you know, it's been around for what, 10 years? How long has it been around?
12. The company's been around for 12, but even prior to that, it was around. So it's been around for some time.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, you know, when you take it,
and it's patented.
When you take it, everybody, so you know it's going to take it a shot. Don't forget to swish it in your mouth, like for what, a minute?
I'd say 30 seconds is a good target.
30 seconds. So if you're taking the double shots like we did, take one, swish it 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Boom, enjoy it. Who shall pass, and then do it again. You know what I mean? And then do it again, and then do that again. Just make sure you swish it so you get it. What's the science behind that aspect of it?
It's getting like absorbed sublingually, so it's getting absorbed like through the water channels in the mouth, and it gets straight into your system that way. This isn't something that has to be digested. It doesn't like go into your stomach and get absorbed that way. It's getting absorbed in the mouth and through the gums, under the tongue, and so that's what we see, and that's the best way to do it.
Which is why they put fluoride in the toothpaste for that exact reason, because it's the quickest way to get into your system. So swishing and swishing it. So if anybody, on a side note, if anyone is using fluoride toothpaste still, please stop using fluoride toothpaste. Getting non-fluoride Burt's Beeswax is one of them. And there's another one we have in the bathroom. Stop. Eliminate fluoride. Start by the non-fluoride toothpaste.
Can you talk about the importance here of our water as we're taking this, Danielle?
Yeah, that's a good point. Good question. Your cells do best when they're hydrated. And one of the things that redox does when it comes into your system, it can activate your antioxidants, specifically glutathione. And also it's helping the body find damaged cells, right? And it'll get rid of them. And so you start to have this debris. You have toxins that are in your system that your lymph system flushes out, but it's a detoxification effect. And so we know that if you drink more water, that detox goes faster, it goes smoother, and you might not feel the detox happening. So some people, you know, might feel it, right? Any ways that the body can get toxins out, might be through your skin, you know, like diarrhea, all these things can happen when you're detoxifying. But if you drink more water, it helps. And just in general, it's kind of like eating good food, right? If you're putting good nutrition into your system, it's going to help also. If you're drinking a lot of water, and the baseline I kind of give people is take your body weight. For those here in the US, right? We're on a different system than the rest of the world, but take your body weight in pounds, cut it in half, that number of ounces, okay? 200-pound person, 100 ounces of water a day that you should be drinking to help with that hydration.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see what we got here. Linda, let's see what you got, love. Okay, this is really great. Oh, your testimonials,
so
everybody.
much.
Wow, God bless you, or whatever you believe in, bless you. It's helping my RA, my
God
eyes, mental
bless you.
clarity, aliens, whatever your thing is. Shattered ankle pain and curbs my appetite. I'll be 60 in July. I have so much more living to do. Yes, you do, Linda. God bless you. Wow, this is like a religious experience, isn't it?
It is.
really
Well,
do.
I wouldn't call it a religious experience.
Spiritual
I would call
experience.
it an ascension experience.
Ascension experience.
it's
No,
a-
but it's great to
it's
see
a
these kind of feelings
spiritual
that are coming
high.
here. You know what I mean? Look at that. This is giving me a high.
It
Just
is
want
a
everybody like
spiritual
watching
high.
this.
I'm telling you guys, it's just the beginning. You're going to get flooded with these things. And it's like, oh my gosh, what do we have our hands on?
There is everybody. Oh, everybody. Hey,
Celestine Star.
our soul sister. And if you haven't checked her out, she's on spirituallyraw.live. We just did a fantastic show with her yesterday. She's most certainly tapped in, tuned in. Much love to you, sister. Thanks for hanging out with us. Feel your energy, April and Jay. Holy moly, high level. Totally enjoy it, Danielle sharing. Looking forward to it. We're looking forward to you also here. All right, everybody. Cool. This is really cool. Michael,
The other reason why I love this, Danielle, it's so light. It's a gel. So it's not like a heavy moisturizer. So if anyone doesn't like that feeling on their skin of a heavy moisturizer, you're going to really like this because it's a clear gel. And if you are using moisturizer, just put the gel on first and then put the moisturizer on top.
And that's a good point. Anything else that you're doing, like, you know, if you've got skin stuff going on that you're using some whatever, do this. Yeah. It's going to help it work better, more efficiently. Use it first. And you can, if you, for whatever reason, don't want it to stay on your skin, you won't feel it. I mean, literally, like
it's no, tacky, nothing. Mm-hmm.
Much love, Reverend
you.
Rob. Much love. Hey, buddy. Love you too, brother. Love you too. Thanks a lot for everybody. All right. Hey, everybody. I think that we have done our hour of power here with you, and much love to you. Wow. It's so cool to see your feelings you're getting, what you guys are all going through. This is great. So you take it internally and topically bathe. Yes, Kathy. Yes.
This is not typical. I mean, this is not internal.
You don't do that.
No, this one's just topical.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. This, the blue bottle, the liquid, this is the internal.
Yeah.
So, and if you were just real quick, if you were coming in on late on the show, this is multifunctional. This acts not only as an anti-aging for wrinkles and fine lines, luminosity, glowing, but it also is, which it started out as, a pain reliever. So if you're having any type of issues anywhere on your body, discomfort, you want to put it on, wait a minute, put it on, wait a minute, put it on, wait a minute. So you want to use an application. You put it on 3 times if you're having discomfort, and within 5 minutes, that discomfort should
discomfort. You know where we see this discomfort.
Yeah. They'll turn it to comfort.
Right. All right.
Motion, guys, honestly. So some people, it's like a stiff shoulder, or they can't, like, how many of you can bend down to the ground and come back up? Like, it's one of these things that as a kid, they pop down, up, down, up, down, up. We get older and it's like, our knees are like maybe not doing that the same. I'm telling you, use the gel in the way that April just described and then try and go up and down. It's amazing.
Wow. Miracles here. It's great. We're getting to witness it. It's everybody's so happy. You're seeing them there in the chat room. Someone was saying, where are the people talking? They're in the chat room. So look up and down the chat. You'll see what they're saying themselves, whatever. There's so many sites there that you can find out what's happening. But again, if this is on your radar for you and your family or your loved ones, and you're not at peak performance, and you are not the best version of yourself right now, or you feel like you're not on pace for that, you go.
This will do it.
Yeah, dude.
You know what? I do want to just say one more thing, Jay, because you talked about it being galactic, and he said it joking around, but he actually is serious about how we are getting information and higher technologies sent from our galactic brothers and sisters. But so do I believe that this has been sent from God, the angels, the galactic brothers and sisters? 100%. That's why I named the show The Elixir of the Gods. But interestingly, spiritual, our spiritual community tell us they already feel a connection to it before they even have it in their hands, before they even buy it.
That is so true. They're like saying that.
Yes.
They're like, okay, I muscle tested this, or I just got it, and
I received a message.
That's so true. They're saying that a lot of times. They're like not even getting it. They're like, this is it. They know.
Yeah, they know instinctively,
they intuitively know
that this is.
Okay, it doesn't say anything in the link. Just go to the links.
So I'll say this: the link that's there. There's some websites that have even more. Text Jay. Ask Jay to send you some good stuff. He can send you beyond that. That link that's there, yes, you can click around, click products. It'll tell you more about the products there. There's more than just contact me. But I'm telling you, Jay can send you the testimonials. Jay can send you so many different things. Reach out. Like, let us help you explore this more. Do your due diligence on this. But I love what Jay said. Like, our egos do get in the way. So just know what your heart is saying and what your head is saying.
and again, it really truly is about everybody. If you can get to the place and get to your heart where it really is about helping each other through this existence on our journey called life. We're going through it. It's not always the easiest road, but it can be a hell of a lot easier when you feel better and you get through it together. It just is a much more better existence. Yes,
absolutely.
Yes. All right, everybody, listen, much love.
Yeah,
live your best life. Be the best version of yourself, which so many people are experiencing, as evidence in there. Thanks for hanging out with us as you always do. Soul Sister Danielle, much love to you. Thank you for your dedication. Yep, your service and everything that you're doing for all these thousands of people, because you're out there really fighting the good fight on this. And this is amazing too. So, all right, everybody, thanks a lot. We will see you all next time. All right.
Thank you so much. And together we are turning the universal key to global harmony and creating a unified world. Thank you so much for tuning in. And remember, tune in often, tell all your friends, and most importantly, hit the like button and the share button, please. And may all your dreams come true. Many blessings.
We'll see you all next time. Thank you.